Knockaloe is the place. It was an internment camp. 100 years now since the founder of the Pilates movement, Joseph Pilates, left the island after being released from that camp at Knockaloe when he first came up with the principles of Pilates, originally called controlology, as I understand it. Mo, first of all, can you tell me first of all, what's the difference between yoga and Pilates?
Well, there's two main differences, really. There's the breathing. We breathe in a slightly different way. In yoga, you have to breathe down into your belly. You can't do that in Pilates because we use different muscles. And the other thing, Pilates is a continuous movement. So we don't hold a stance like a yoga stance. So everything is flowing.
Mr. Pilates had a look, or Herr Pilates, should I say, had a look at a cat. Examined a cat, and that's really where the idea came from.
Well, actually, he did. He studied the cats, and actually, when he went to America, he studied children as well. And at his studio in America, well, I visited, and one of the ladies who owns the studio is now going to be one of the presenters here on the island on the weekend of May 4th and 5th.
You've given me a picture of a miniature model of Joe's first reformer. What was a reformer?
That's it. It's a machine. Well, no, you're not allowed to call it machine. He said you've got to call them apparatus because a machine does the work for you. And
it does look like something from medieval times that they used to torture people with.
That's right. I've got one in my studio, and people say they call it the rack.
Well, it does look like that, as to be said. What is happening? What are you doing to celebrate this 100 years?
Well, we're celebrating at the Palace on the Saturday, and on the Sunday at Knockaloe.
This is a Great Western Hotel, is it?
It is, yes. I get it wrong. It's been the Hilton, the Palace, whatever.
It's been many things, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, there, starting at 9 o'clock, and I think you've got a list of the presenters there, one of which is the woman that now owns the original Pilates studio that Joseph had in New York. She's going to be here.
Because he left for America in 1925 after
right.
Met his wife on the boat, I understand.
When he went back, apparently he was asked if he would train the German army, and he was a pacifist, and he decided no, he wasn't going to. So,
why does Pilates remain so popular?
Well, because it works. In a word,
It works.
It works.
Just by doing a modicum of stretching and all this sort of thing that the cats do, for instance.
Well, in the studio in New York, there's pictures of the cats that he actually studied, still on the wall. Most people think it's just stretching, but it's much more than stretching. It's based sort of on the core stability, and so we work what's called from the inside out. So we work on the small muscles, and then that strengthens the global muscles.
Can anyone go along to these occasions you're having?
Yes, please do.
And you're a Pilates teacher. Has interest grown?
Oh, massively. When I first started teaching on the island, it must have been over 20 years ago, I was the only Pilates teacher on the island. And now there's, I don't know, quite a few anyway.
So the big weekend is on May the 4th to May the 5th.
That's
the
right.
Pilates lineage?
Well,
lineage?
I'm not sure about that. I think it should have been called Heritage, not Lineage.
But that's in May. That is when you're planning to really celebrate.
Of May, yeah.
Really let your hair down and stretch and all do all these things.
Well, if you want to, yeah. We've actually called it the spiritual home of Pilates, the Isle of Man, because I met her, and it's actually on YouTube. But I met the lady who's the only surviving person in the world who trained with him, and she said that people used to ask him, how was it like to be in a camp for 4 years? And he said, well, I love the Isle of Man, and it gave me time to work with people and work with my method.
He certainly got something going, didn't he?
So he certainly did. It's worldwide now. Yeah.